So, probably when you got out of school, the very question attacked with is this: what am I going to do now? Well, for many of us, we just start to think about this question only when this question is asked. So, what's this question do with finding passion and goal setting? A few years ago, when we were a kid, everyone seems to have a goal. You can either be a doctor, an engineer, astronaut, a scientist, etc. But as years roll, we tend to lose this enthusiasm that we had as a child, and the ever curious child in us loses that curiosity and the energy to achieve things no matter the obstacles are. And we finally end up in forgetting our goals, passions, and purposes. We tend to take the easiest path that everyone is taking and finally ends up in a life that they don't like. As a kid, we tend to be passionate on various things, and as we grow up, we tend to lose interest. Thanks to these various distractions that surround us. But don't lose hope. The curious child is still alive in you, and you can still rediscover passions and set your goals to achieve them. What it takes to discover passions is just you investing time for you. But before, what is passion and why finding passion so important? What is passion? In order to pursue your passions, you first need to understand what is passion. When you search the meaning of passion, you'll probably come across various definitions. But simply, according to me, passion is something that you want to do so badly that you're willing to suffer for it. There's a strong misconception between passion and strong interest. For example, we all have a strong interest to watch our favorite movies, but still, we are not willing to suffer to watch our favorite movies. Whereas, we are willing to sacrifice our time, take risks, and do whatever we have to do to achieve our passions. Passion is something that takes action to make the reaction. Your passion will serve you as the biggest source of fuel for motivation if you have found your right passion which you really care about. Passions can be anything you like. It can be a simple hobby from reading books to a future job. The secret to achieve great heights is to do things that you're passionate about or being passionate on what you do. Great personalities like Elon Musk, Cristiano Ronaldo, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs have achieved great heights in their respective fields only because they are being passionate on what they do. They suffer for it willingly in order to achieve the heights they are now. How to find your passions? The first and foremost thing is to spend time for yourself. The first and the most essential step is to spend more time for yourself. This does not mean watching YouTube videos or playing video games. It is to make an assessment of yourself, time spent to understand yourself, what you like, what you don't like, what motivates you, basically discover who you are. And this is not an easy step. You need to spend more time to try what you like, to know if you really like the things you do. I have a goal in my mind to achieve, which I have forgotten some years ago. But this COVID-19 lockdown gave me some time to think, allowed me to explore myself without the disturbance of the outside world, and I have rediscovered my passion and the real motivation to achieve it. Now, I'm working on every single day towards my goals ever harder. I have a 5-year plan to study in my life, 1-year plan, monthly goals to achieve, weekly goals to achieve, followed by daily goals. But this clarity in my vision cannot came in a day or two. I have spent weeks, if not some months, to rediscover my passions that I had as a child. Work on my goals and spend time to find out why I had to do what I think I had to do to take my vision as a vision in my life. The secret is to find out your inner motivation instead of external motivation, which fuels a desire for fulfillment. Step number 2. Change your source of dopamine. Dopamine is an important chemical messenger in the brain that has many functions. It's involved in reward, motivation, memory, attention, and even regulating body movements. When dopamine is released in large amounts, it creates feelings of pleasure and reward, which motivates you to repeat a specific behavior. In contrast, low levels of dopamine are linked to reduced motivation and decreased enthusiasm for things that would excite most people. During earlier times, people usually required to create something new or do a big task such as reading a book, writing a book, gardening, exercising, making things, etc., to feel the pleasure of accomplishment. But nowadays, internet serves as the large source of dopamine. Watching YouTube, playing video games gives us a large dose of dopamine in a short period of time, and this does not allow us to explore or do other activities which might be hard, commonly termed as addiction. Scientific studies suggest that this large and easy access to dopamine have made us lazy, leads to depression, inferior complexity, obesity, etc. Our source of dopamine mainly comes from consumption instead of creation. And it's time to change the source to change our life. Just do something that allows you to create something new. Try drawing or reading a book or do exercises or even just think about any subject, finding solutions to problems. When you start to accomplish things, instead of just consuming them, you will get a sense of contentment, happiness that you get after some hard work to create something. And this sense of accomplishment is more powerful than the pleasure you get from watching YouTube videos or playing games. The third thing is exploration. There are hundreds of hobbies, activities waiting for us to explore. You can try these activities like writing a book, painting, video making, YouTubing, etc. Just try these activities and make a note on how you feel when you do these activities. If a particular activity makes you happy, then it's something that you need to consider to pursue further. If a certain activity doesn't interest you, then it is not for you.
And finally, hard work and smart work. Finally, pursuing your passions and goals is not going to be easy depending upon your goals.
You will meet with obstacles, failures, and will get beaten up by life. But endure to finally taste the fruit of success. Like the saying goes, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. These obstacles are laid in your way just for it to come over. Hard work and smart work are the secrets to success. Have a clear plan to achieve targets and set yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and final daily goals to achieve targets and achieve. Benefits of following your passions. Building confidence. Following your own passions will give you confidence to tackle problems in your life. Since you are the person deciding what they do in every step of your life, you become the master of yourself here. A life that is fulfilling. Following your passions will provide a very much fulfilling and satisfied and a happy life. The path to achieve your passions can be hard. You will be required to do a lot of sacrifices, but the end is always rewarding, and the person who follows their true passions will enjoy every moment towards their goal, even if it is hard, because they love what they do. Making new friendships. You will find new friends when you are in the process of following your passions, who are also passionate about the same field you are passionate about. This will result in new friendships, and often these types of friendships becomes one of the thickest friendships ever. Gaining experience. At last, the experience you got in following your passions will be very rewarding. That will be the best experience in your life ever. Following your passions will bring you out to new worlds, new people and experiences, which always provides you an opportunity to learn not only regarding your fields but also teaching you valuable lessons in life.